Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Randburg Oval. We are back live. We've got power again, which is something that we're getting used to in South Africa. We are here for the match between the Super Kings and the Renegades. Renegades winning this game will put them straight through into the final. Super Kings winning this game puts everything on a knife edge going into next weekend with our last match. I'm joined in the commentary box today by the living legend, Hamish M. Scott.
Yeah, thanks very much, Ash. Absolutely delighted to be here. I must say, current weather conditions, as they are, could very much play a role in the result of this game, and very, very poignant for the captains to play their role accordingly.
Yeah, indeed. I was chatting to Chris Greaves just before the game. Got himself a little 81 in the last innings. Said he's disappointed he's not batting up there today or in this game because, you know, he's used to these conditions. He knows how to score runs in that. Spending time over in the UK and Scotland. Got a beautiful Somerset weather, yeah?
Well, yeah.
Little bit of a drizzle, but nothing to dampen the spirits of the players out there. We've got Sietler and Wilhelm Sonntag out in the middle. They're going to be opening the batting for the Super Kings. They won the toss and elected to bat. Mike Chinoa going to be storming in from the Michael Gwyneth bow end. He's going to be opening up the bowling for the strikers. Oh, sorry, for the Renegades. First ball just outside off. Sietler looking at the guide down to the third man region. Not quite getting any contact on it. It's difficult conditions. You could see the bowlers battling quite a bit to... You could see them battling quite a bit to get the grip and keep control of the ball.
And in comes Mike Chinoa again.
There you go, bang on the money, and that'll be the first runs of the innings. Sietler working it through into the mid-on region. They'll take the one.
Playing rather cautiously, Sietler. They're just not looking to throw everything behind it just yet. Still too early in the innings for them to get overly aggressive. Need to see what Mike's got to offer in this game.
We have seen that, especially this weekend. Batsmen have been quite cautious in going about the start of each innings. Oh, there you go, just outside off, left alone by Wilhelm.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Ash. I saw it in the press yesterday, the comments about criticism, really, about players not going after the ball enough, not too many inventive shots, not too much creativity out there, and I think this morning's game showed that it can be done.
Definitely can. I mean, again, if you look for both teams, it was a rather slow start, but teams are managing to pick it up as they go. It's the power play proving a tricky thing to navigate for the batsman. Or again, Mike working just outside the off stump. The slope is going to play a part in this, coming from the Michael Gwyneth bow end. Does take the ball away from the right-handed batsman. Connor Clark is one that's done it exceptionally over the last 2 days, using his natural outswing as well as the slope, getting that movement. He's proven tricky to play, gone for 18 runs in the 8 overs. He's bowled with 3 wickets in that. There, first sign of aggression from Wilhelm Sonntag, affectionately referred to as Sunday, and good day for him to be playing cricket. This is his church. Loves being out in the middle.
Yeah, I noticed Mike's been using a few little options yesterday, using his slower ball quite effectively.
Yeah, he has shown that he's got that variant in his game, in his bowling. See, when I chatted to him today, he said he wanted to also get out into the middle and have a bit of a bat. The first extra there.
Wildly down leg side.
Umpire Saunders getting his stretch. So umpires this game, umpire Nathan Malchus is standing again. Gareth Saunders replacing Alistair Zoe out in the middle. doing his rounds. But again, 2 umpires out in the middle, both involved in the coaching aspect at Randburg Cricket Club.
Good to see, good to see.
Mark steaming in, and that's left alone. So first over, rather uneventful, just the 2 runs from it. Again, the start proving tricky. I mean, it's going to be a bit more difficult than normally would be with the current weather conditions. The batsmen are going to have to adapt to the ball skidding on a little bit, that pitch with the sweats a bit underneath the covers.
Yeah, and equally as challenging for the fielders. The ball's going to get slippery, the bowler's going to have to get a good grip on it.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw a relatively high scoring game early on with both teams getting to that 150 mark, which we thought was going to be quite a tall ask after yesterday's game. But I think, again, we're going to look at that 120, 125 as being the benchmark for today. Young Cam Bishop coming into the attack.
Tall, lanky youngster he is.
I've never had that problem myself. It'll good to see what the youngster can do against an established Premier League batsman in Sitle. First one in on the body, rushed him a bit. Nothing wrong. Good to see the fire in the young fast bowler there. Again, dropping it a bit short, going back of the length, rushing the batsman. He's gone for the pull twice now in 2 balls.
Just not getting his timing right.
It's an interesting tactic when you've only got 3 fielders on the leg side, or four on the leg side. Doesn't got much margin for error if he is going to keep banging in at the body, dropping short.
Interesting to see what happens with this third delivery now. Oh, now it's outside off.
Rushed everyone, including the keeper there.
Little hint of an edge there.
Ball,
a few players.
Yeah, ball hits in the glove hard. Yeah, this ball. Oh, he's overstepped there. No ball called by umpire Malchas. Free hit for Sitle.
Does look like he was a little rushed again on that shot.
We haven't seen anybody take advantage of a free hit yet today. Chris Greaves missing his shot in the earlier game. Yesterday we had 2 free hits, both going for singles. So this weekend we haven't seen too much advantage taken of this delivery. Oof, and he's rushed him. Chris Greaves also getting bowled on a free hit in the earlier game while he was sitting on 79. Connor Clark coming back to take the wicket in that over. Getting him up for 81. It's the top score for the RPL this year. That 81 from Chris Greaves, just eclipsing Brighton Janji's 79 that he got last weekend, or 2 weekends ago. Thankfully, we still sitting with power here at the club. Oh,
That's a better shot.
drifted into the legs and
Clipped it
ably clipped away down to the deep square leg boundary for 4. First boundary of the innings. Sitle showing his class there, just rocking forward, whipping it off the legs. Outstanding performance by the young man. He'll be hoping to build on his earlier performance, his 28 that he got, supporting Chris Greaves in that outstanding 90-run partnership, or 100-run partnership. And again, the two of them proving the point that even in T20 cricket, it's vital to build those big partnerships. Great answer back from the youngster.
Yeah, so he's just not getting the line right there. Swinging, but ball passing well outside his bat.
End of the second over. Again, it's a slow start, 3.5 and over. The Super Kings trotting along at 7 and over, or 7 for naught. It's a better start than they had in the last innings, but they will be looking to kick on, establish a 5-6 and over there. Their first innings in the first game, they went at a 7.5 runs and over to get to their total. Be looking to replicate that. Yep, Mike dropping it on a length again outside the off stump and left alone by Wilhelm Sonntag.
Yeah, Mike certainly got that line and length right outside that, bowling in that little channel there. Not really worth the risk at this stage of the game for Wilhelm to start chasing it.
Now Mike's got himself 4 sticks already in the RPL this season. He's looking to just plug that line outside the off stump, get the batsman to make the mistake. There you see again, or he's just gone a bit too far. And the wide called there by umpire Saunders. Mike not too upset about that. He knows he gets another opportunity to have a dip at the batsman. Young man with a lot of experience in his cricket that he's played at a high level and thoroughly enjoying the opportunity to have a go at these young club cricketers.
Yeah, it's lovely to see players of this class at Randburg.
Oh, he drops it in full and Sonntag whipping it into the leg side.
Coming back for the second.
Both these batsmen are quite quick. They could potentially look for the third. Sonntag sending him back. Good fielding there by young Thomas Mann as well to keep that to 2. It's great to see with the promotion our Premier League side obtained into the Premier A class at the end of last season, attracting great cricketers to the club. Like to know a vital part in that cog of getting us into the Premier A status.
Yeah, a little bit shorter there from Mike, trying to get a bit of variation going, seeing if he can tempt a rash shot from the batsman, but to no end.
Saw it yesterday as well. He was coming out with a bit of cutters every now and again, a couple of slower deliveries. He's not shy to show the variation, which is good.
Yeah, I think when he's got that natural pace, and then to be able to throw those variations in is certainly unsettling for these batsmen.
Makes him a devastating part of any attack that he's thrown into. There, a bit of an effort, a bit of a grunt coming from the bowler. The effort delivery there wraps him on the pads, but no appeal. So clearly missing the leg stump. Mike is analysing the landing area there. Clearly not too comfortable with the moisture that is falling. It's where you look the likes of Captain Ali Patala and his team having quite a few spin options at his beck and call might be an advantage to him in this game.
Gently guided down to the third man boundary, picked up just a single.
I think he was looking for that drive, but a bit late on it. So adapted well, guided that down to the third man region. It's a defensive field by Ali Patala. Not wanting to concede a lot of easy singles early on.
Oh,
Gets
really
the gloves hard.
putting the gas into that one, Mike Chinoa.
Bent his back a little bit there, did Super Mike. End of the third over. It's 11 without loss. Batsmen seem to be settling. At this time, we'd like to give a shout out to our international viewers for this broadcast of the 6th game in the RPL 2021. 5th if you don't count the Randburg game that we've had to replay. So effectively the 5th game that we're getting out in the field for. The viewers that we know of, we've got viewers in Scotland, viewers in the UAE, and then obviously our local viewers in South Africa, as with our broadcast every time. If you do have any questions for the panel, joined by Sean as well doing the scoring for us. If you've got any questions for the panel, please feel free to post them in the group or WhatsApp them through, and we'll do our best to answer them. Cam Bishop continuing.
Where's your commentary thing?
Shut up.
Just the commentary box.
Wesley Nemeti clearly confused about where he is.
Yeah.
Doesn't make much of a change when he's out in the middle.
Rain coming down a little harder now.
Yeah, it's coming down a little bit harder, but no signs of dampening the spirits of the guys out there in the field.
Yeah, I think it's
Tricky conditions to navigate.
Sure. But I think actually it is indicative of the spirit of the club at the moment, and with this RPL causing such a hype, not only at Randburg, but pretty much around cricketing circles in South Africa.
Around the world, effectively, with our international
yes.
viewership.
Indeed.
We thank you.
But the guys are not looking around, looking at the rain, and in comes the boat again. Oh, it's a little
Wrapped
bit
him on
high.
the pads, a bit high, probably a bit outside, going down as well, but that's hurt him.
What's up, Jeff? Yeah, I think normally in league games of this nature, you normally see heads looking up at the heavens, looking at the umpire. In this particular situation, none of them are keen to come off. Everybody wants to carry on as much as they possibly can while conditions allow.
I think again as well, it's just the fact that we are out here able to play cricket. No one really wanting to come off. I know a lot of the time when you're out in the field there, your team not in a position to get yourself into the game, and looking for the rain to in effect save you. But right now it's guys are just enjoying being out there in the middle, guys and girls really enjoying playing cricket, don't want to come off. Just been informed by Sugan Naiko on the group. Mr. Sontag, who's out there in the middle, had the nickname of Kirsten back in the school days. Don't know if that's for his long flowing locks or for his love of opening the batting.
I think it could just be because he looks a little like Peter Kirsten.
Well, thank goodness you went Peter, not Gary. He's got the stash out, does Wilhelm. Thanks for that little tidbit there, Sergen.
Yeah, playing a little bit too late on that one, getting the toe of the bat.
So conditions are proving tricky to navigate for these two up front. Maiden over there for young Cam Bishop. Good to see the youngster with some pace coming in, not afraid to drop it in. Looks like we're going to get a bowling change here. Our leading wicket taker, Thabo Maccabi.
Coming in from the Mike Gwyneth bow end.
Yes, Michael Gwyneth bow end. Did get a message from Mike. He's extremely honoured to have his name associated with this end of the ground. Spent many an afternoon standing at first slip watching him storm in out of breath after the third delivery bowls. It's gone from right arm heat to right arm barely there as the years have gone on, but it's still great when you get to share a field with a man of that caliber.
A true legend at Randburg Cricket Club.
And not just in the bar. Oh, Tabo's first ball, bit of a loose nose, drifted onto the legs. Ably dispatched.
Relative ease there from the young man, just flicking it up over the inner field, clearing the boundary on after just 2 or 3 bounces.
Just received a message, our former Prem skip, Mr. Faree, watching in the UK. Don't worry, bud. You enjoying the game, missing the lads back here. Well, we've got your weather, making you miss us even more. Shout out to the Farees watching over in the UK. Great to have you with us. Missing you guys here as well. Big part of Randburg cricket.
Played straight back to the bowler there. Young Tabo parrying it off his hand, off a bounce.
It's a good response after getting whipped down to the square leg boundary for 4.
Got a mature head on his shoulders, the young man.
He does, and the youngster's proven that he's a wicket taker as well. He's our leading wicket taker, as we mentioned in the RPL. Oh! Good looking shot that Mike Chinoa, showing his juggling abilities, trying to coax the run out of the batsman.
Had him a little bit off balance when he played that shot. It looked like it was going quite far to his right, ended up going to his left. He had to adjust and then parry it up into the air and still managed to keep the batsman from obtaining a single.
Just showing that there's more to his repertoire than just big hitting and pace bowling. He's got the juggling abilities in the field as well. It's great to see from our Premier League players. Dot ball worked into the leg side by Sitle. Mike looking at changing up the field. They're going to bring the third man into the ring and drop a man out onto the mid-wicket boundary.
It is a favoured area of Sihle, so I understand the logic there.
They've got the man out on not quite a fine leg. He's more of a backward square.
That's a skipper.
And he looks to go straight over the top. Long chase for JJ and Mike. JJ, look at that.
Little 1-2.
Sliding, popping it up for Mike and allowing the batsman only to get 2 there. It's great fielding from the Premier League duo.
Well, it's lovely to see the understanding between the fielders.
It's one great thing about this RPL that we're bringing to you. It gives opportunities for all leagues and all players of all different abilities to showcase their talent on the same field. As we mentioned in every broadcast, we're joined by our women's team in this as well. It's great to see them coming out here and putting in great performances. We had Sean Mayer setting a record, being the first lady to hit a 6 in the RPL. Unfortunately, we didn't have the power on, so we weren't able to bring that through to you. She did whip that over the leg side for a glorious 6. We enjoyed every minute of that.
Oh, great to see Sean finding some form of late. Had a bit of a rocky start to the tournament, but she's certainly getting back, and I think there's a 50 not on the too much of a distant horizon.
Definitely. Looking forward to that. And as we were chatting just before the broadcast started, she has mentioned that she's just not wanting to peak too soon. She's waiting for the finals, wants to deliver that performance on the big stage, which is something that we like. Speaking of the ladies, we've got Louise Impey coming in to have a ball. Going to turn the arm over our women's captain.
Yeah, great to see her and her team's involvement. in this tournament.
But our women's players have delivered outstanding performances with the ball throughout this tournament. It's great to have them on this playing field showcasing their abilities. We had young Sam Skitter put in an outstanding bowling performance in the early game today. 4 overs, 2 for 20. And as we're over about Diara Ramlaken for the Panga Ninjas, and her 2 performances so far in this tournament also put out exceptional bowling performances. It's great to see the women putting their hands up in this tournament.
Another well-placed ball by Louise Impey.
Finding the edge there of Wilhelm.
Much more he could do there. Shoots off to the cover region and
absolutely, he's lucky to have kept that out.
Yep.
There you go, he's having a dip at her. He's got it down the ground.
It looks like it's going to go all the way. There's a huge chase on.
They're going to have to run hard. The outfield is slow with the rain that we've had. He's only going to get 2.
And that's a great arm into the keeper on the north end, the Mike Gwyneth bow end.
Okay. JJ Stradham, the man doing the clean-up there.
Right from the southern boundary.
He's a good cricketer, that young man. He's got a good arm, good work in the field. He's got two starts in his 2 innings.
So a better push through the gap there.
Push through the covers, but Thomas Mann clean that up, keep it down to the 1. Oh, and a great throw in as well, direct hit. Good thing they didn't take the second. Mark Chinoa wrangling the field. Not giving away any easy runs here.
Another point to raise on the ladies playing with the gents in this tournament is it's certainly showing that the perceived gap between the men's and the women's wear game is a lot narrower than a lot of people thought.
In some cases, non-existent. Oh,
it's well guided.
He's guided that up and over the offside. He'll get himself a 4. Louise can feel a bit aggrieved on that. It was at a catchable height, but just picked the gap well there. It's good to see that chances are coming. Batsmen aren't resting on laurels. Got 1 ball left in the power play. Super Kings wouldn't be too aggrieved with the 26 they've accumulated so far. Oh, looking to go big, only getting a bottom edge, and Super Mike getting down to the ground there. Nice roll, finishing that up. So end of the power play. Super Kings on 27.
Yeah, I think it's key to this game now that no wickets are down, and we've got to see them building on this. They're going to have to pick up the run rate as we approach the double figures in overs, and should be interesting now as to see how the bowling changes match the batting.
Definitely a bit of concern with the weather that's coming in. The umpires assessing the landing area of the bowlers. Rain has been steady, if not, it hasn't been hard, but has been coming down a bit steady. It's more of a sleet that we're experiencing. However, we don't want to damage the playing surface to the point where no cricket can continue for the next few weeks. So umpires, it's good to see that they're keeping a keen eye on the situation. Either that or umpire Malchus is just a bit hungry, hasn't had his lunch yet, and wanting to get into the hut to have a bit of a chow. Maccabi continuing. He's dropped that ball down the leg side. White called by umpire Saunders. It's a young man with a lot of potential. He's played a lot of Saturday 1 cricket, Sunday 1 cricket. Had a couple of President's games. It's great to see the youngsters that are being blooded by the club. A lot of players involved in this RPL that have come through our junior system as well. I've had the privilege of coaching quite a few of them. Justin Gibson likes to remind us how many of them he's coached. Good to see that they've managed to keep a high level of cricket even with his coaching.
And I had the pleasure of watching young Thabo Maccabi at the under-9 level. And he has certainly raised his game. He has grown year on year to become quite a fine cricketer.
Oh,
That one's
up and
played.
over the top. He hasn't middled it, but the two Premier League players stopping it just short of the rope. Good chase there from JJ and Super Mike. Getting a throw in. Only two off that. You'd have to think if got that out the middle of the bat, it would have been the boundary there. But it's nice to see these two approaching the task at hand with the tricky conditions, with a lot of positivity with the bat.
Thabo just pulls up there, uncomfortable with something in his run-up, but sensible option. As I mentioned earlier, he's got a mature head on the young man's shoulders.
Yeah, it's great to see these young players understanding their game and realizing that something's wrong and not just letting the ball go anyway. They rather get back to the top of their run, regroup and drop it in.
And bowl a delivery like that, which probably just pitched outside leg with a left-hander on strike. And no umpire Gareth not interested.
Yeah, it's good to see. It's a lot of energy, even with the wet weather.
Renegades looking for a wicket now. Need at this stage of the game. Oh, and that's driven beautifully towards the mid-off boundary. Not even Super Mike is going to be able to bring that in. Rolls over the boundary. Lovely shot.
It's a great shot there from Sitle. He's worked the gap perfectly on the offside. Mike having to put in a chase. You could see the water skidding off the ball as it sped along the outfield, but not even the sitting moisture could slow that down. He's really timed that well and hit it well. Lads and ladies here in the clubhouse, eagerly awaiting to get their chance out in the field in high spirits.
Got a little bit of a breeze picking up now, blowing across the pitch from the south, and it looks like it's going to be, it could have the positive reaction of blowing the clouds away, so let's hope that that's the result here.
Yeah, he's dropped it slightly shorter, gone on the pull. They're chancing the run to Dylan Farrell's arm, but they make it.
Not many batsmen would risk it against the arm of Dylan Farrell, I can tell you.
Absolutely not. Didn't get all of that on the pull shot, but they do get the single.
Great to see a few more of the Randburg Cricket Club international players coming to watch. Young Majid Adamo from Nigeria.
Put a dot ball instead of
Crashed into the covers there, but